shoot, so I cannot give it more to analyze in the first place. But so red and purple are, I forgot which is which, is like closed eyes or blurry. So it may, if you intentionally did that, then it's gonna probably edit it out, unless, so you kind of have to kind of go through it. But it so far has worked for me, and quick.
I tried it out. I will say it's pretty good for like family photos with the blinking.
Yeah.
But as a visual person, it's just like a little. It's not the best.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, I know there's pros and cons. It's just a tool, but I don't rely on it, But I still have it just to keep going.
You're talking about AI stuff?
AI, yeah. I know we all hate AI though, right?
I don't hate AI.
Do we hate AI? No. He doesn't hate AI.
I love AI.
You are AI.
I am AI.
He's Mr. AI.
You guys have no idea how much money I've spent on AI from like the last couple of months. Like literally thousands of dollars. She knows.
He's got money.
I don't have money because I spent it all.
Oh man.
You like it? Oh, good. I'm glad.
Okay.
Thank you for the coffee, Brianne.
You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. I'm glad more people didn't show up because I don't think I could keep up. I'm glad you guys like it. Do you want me to switch?
Switch?
Switching?
You can if you want.
Or are you?
I have it here also.
Wow. Okay.
He's
then
doing
I
it
can
all.
make
I've
contact.
never had this.
I am AI.
You are AI.
He's high touch and high tech.
Yeah.
Here, let me-
I'm high maintenance
high
too.
maintenance.
Can I
Okay.
interrupt just to say I really like this group size. Like I feel like we can all talk to each other, get to know each other,
More into the
and
Yeah.
it's cool.
Let me start this show because it's also live on YouTube. Hello, our viewers, which is 0 for now. Welcome to Poema Archive. It's just a group of people, photographers, videographers, wedding vendors who just want to get together, network, and talk about business. Today, oh yes.
That's us. There we are.
Oh my god.
So,
Just so we know. Infinite loop. All right.
let me cut.
I feel like the guys are there.
Wait,
I feel like
That's the point. We gotta.
So there's
There we go.
everybody.
Oh, look, it's everyone.
So wave to this camera back here. Yes.
I'm gonna
That's
send
dope.
this to. We had another couple who's a husband and wife team,
Mhm.
Daniel and Shelby, and they were gonna come, but Daniel was throwing up all night. So.
Oh. Yeah, don't come,
Yeah.
please. Don't
I'm glad
I
he
don't
didn't
want
come,
that.
but.
Oh my god, I had a wedding recently, and apparently the whole hair and makeup team had to maybe they couldn't come because they all had food poisoning. So the bride was pissed, and it was a whole chaotic thing. So I was like, imagine that happened.
Let's talk about that
That's
at
what's
lunch.
wild. I just thought about that.
Yeah, 'cause,
food poisoning. Don't mess with that.
Let's continue here. We are 15 minutes late. So I mean it doesn't matter because it's just us. Who cares? But let's do the icebreaker. Have you guys all participated before with the icebreakers? Yes. I'm behind the camera, so I don't actually talk to people, which is weird because I'm now in front of the camera.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you. So, all right, before we get into advertising and meta, we're going to start with something a little, ChatGPT, more dangerous. I'm going to give you a claim. You have to decide whether you agree or disagree. Agree goes to one side and disagree goes to the other side. And then there's no middle. You don't have to defend your position unless I call on you. But once we start talking, anybody can challenge what somebody else says, and if somebody actually changes your mind, you can switch sides. Okay? The goal isn't to win. I want to see what we actually believe about ourselves, our businesses, our clients, and marketing. Some of these are intentionally uncomfortable. Okay, my first claim, most photographers and videographers are in it for the money. This is agree. This is disagree.
Which is agree
Agree?
and disagree.
Disagree.
And I'm gonna get out of the hot seat, so if anyone wants to come up.
Yeah, we can get out of the hot seats.
What about the viewers?
We're
What
all
do you think
on
we all disagree?
Well,
It's like-
no, wait, I gotta.
So who's gonna take? Who wants to sit in and explain why we're not in it for the money?
Yeah, So now everybody can see that.
I have something short to say.
Go for it.
So I feel like from what I've experienced, like photography, you get in it because it's a really creative thing and you kind of have this vision of how you can, you know, be a photographer in the actual process of shooting and how fun that is. But I would say you don't get in it for the money, but maybe you stay in it for the money, because once like your business develops and thrives a bit, I feel like you do see all like the negative things that are behind owning a business, like dealing with difficult clients or anything like that.
Taxes.
Exactly, like just owning a business and like everything that we didn't see, kind of we get to see behind the curtain. And then I feel like you kind of think like, okay, is this still worth it? Like I got in it to take pretty photos, but now I have to deal with very real like stress levels. And so I just feel like, yeah, you don't get in it for the money, but you might stay in it because you've already invested so much time. And that's why, you know, we're all encouraged to increase our prices here and there. And that's my 2 cents on that.
That's actually a good take.
I'm not even in disagreement for it.
I think it depends also on how you interpret in it for the money. I mean, that sounds very villainous. It just sort of has like an interesting connotation, but I think that anyone who does a job needs to make some kind of profit to pay bills, but in it for the money also implies it's an easy way to make money, which I do not think photography is an easy way to make money. I think there are much easier ways out there, like different careers that have bigger profit margins. It's a tough way to make a living, actually, especially when you're running a business. You have a lot of overhead, you have a lot of apps you have to have, a lot of subscriptions, you have to have a CRM, you have to pay your team members, there's liability, you have to pay for insurance, health insurance for yourself as a small business owner. I mean, there's a lot of things that make it difficult to make a profit. Of course, there are people who make immense profit in any industry, and those are the outliers. But yeah, I don't think in it for the money is maybe like a good way to describe it.
Every business has those things.
Yes, that's true. But there are some businesses with like less overhead. So I think in it for the money is just a interesting phrasing that I don't know if that applies. But I guess in terms of just needing to make a profit, everybody needs to, for sure, to have a house.
So everyone's still on the disagree side. I feel like you guys have great hearts then.
Or just no other skills.
Okay, so then let's move on to claim number 2. You'll still book the ugly couple, but won't put them in your portfolio.
Wait, say that again.
Nicole's face. Ooh.
You'll still book the couple who isn't as attractive, but won't put them in your portfolio.
That's disagree, and this is agree.
This is disagree.
Disagree. Wait, I'm
Okay, I have something to say. I'm going first again. Sorry. I just feel like
This is not a ChatGPT prompt, if you could tell.
Are you sure?
Okay.
Oh, this is just joke.
So I know this is gonna sound so cheesy, but I just feel like I hate using the word ugly to describe anyone. And I know that sounds so like, you know, whatever, my head's in the clouds, but I just feel like ugly is such like a negative word to use to define a whole person. Like, I get there's aesthetics, and I feel like, and me and Nathan talk about this a lot, but like representation is super important in portfolios. And one thing I personally struggled with is having like LGBTQ representation, even being mixed myself, like having Black clients in my portfolio. And I will give, but sometimes clients will talk to me, like literally this weekend I had a phone call, and I have a guy proposing, he's Black, and he's like, I booked you because I saw you can edit skin tones. And I was like, thanks. And I told him, like, honestly, like sometimes couples that do have darker skin tones will ask me about that. And I'm like, truthfully, like people that book me just aren't Black, or they don't have those darker tones. Indian, Southeast Asian, whatever it is, they don't book me. Most of my clients are white and other skin tones. So I feel like I almost like want to give them an incentive to book. Now, as far as like ugly and like the aesthetic, I just don't like when anyone uses that word to describe people. I feel like it's inappropriate and like really disrespectful. Like literally, I hate it. But I think that there is a very real there's a very real thing happening where people like to curate their portfolio, and I don't think there's an issue with that. But I think that when a photographer does post people that of all different body types, all different skin tones, it shows their skill level, that they can actually pose people of different heights, different body types. And I feel like that is kind of what can help set you apart, because some couples are going to gravitate toward the tall, thin, whatever it is, and some couples are going to love you because you work with all different types of people. So that's my 2 cents. Sorry, I feel like that was a little long, but
Well, let me ask you this: do you think that if you're who here does that? So post all body types.
Yeah. I've seen it a lot on your portfolio, especially.
Yeah. So you guys don't discriminate against what type of client you're looking for? You're just posting whatever you want?
Hey, we're in it for the money. This is a really controversial episode.
Okay, so then, okay.
I also want to know Joe's take on this, since you're asking.
You haven't moved from your side, I see.
It's okay.
He's the game master.
He's the
today.
host.
That's his chair.
Devil's advocate. I think that it's not necessarily the people, but maybe like Nicole said, like aesthetics or like venue. Like if there's a venue I really, really despise, I will not post it, but I will post that couples like romantics that don't show the venue. Like church weddings, I hate shooting at churches just because the lighting is awful, and like they always have like some crazy color as like the main color like of the linens. So I think if we want to talk ugly, that's like the only ugly thing I can think of. But something that has really stuck in my mind that Nicole actually told me, you probably don't remember this conversation. I told her that a wedding we had worked, I said everything, like I felt like there was nothing to photograph there because everything was like super DIY and it wasn't like super aesthetically pleasing. And I didn't understand why they paid so much for a photographer when they could have had like a friend do it. And she's like, well, I think every wedding should be treated the same, no matter if it's like
DIY.
not your, like what you would go for aesthetically wise or not. And that has stuck with me since you told me. I don't know if you remember that at all, but yeah.
So your motivation level for shooting drops if it doesn't fit your aesthetics.
It used to be that way, but since I talked to Nicole, I'm like, yeah, every wedding. I mean, I still treat every wedding the same, but I would just be like less excited about it.
I think it's hard because we're also artists, right?
Yeah.
So like we're capturing such a genuine and beautiful like moment in their life, but at the same time we're artists and our job is aesthetics, kind of, right? Like it's all with our eyes. So I think that's one of the hard things I see, especially on social media, is people's feeds are so curated with these style shoots that aren't even real weddings with models, and it's like, okay, so people are looking for a wedding photographer and they're comparing portfolios with this like model-esque beautiful day.
Perfectly
And people
curated.
Yeah, and people have an idealized idea of what they want their wedding to be, but that's not actually what their wedding's going to be. It's a real day. It's hard. I think it's really challenging in that space. I should have sat down.
No, it's okay, because you're still on camera.
Oh, okay.
I guess well, what I want to ask you guys is
we were talking about it different, but we talked about it there, yes.
the photographers and the videographers that you look up to who are like super huge. Do you see like a specific type of person that they want to shoot in their like reflected in their portfolio?
that's a really good question. So crazy.
You can just run to the seat, Grace.
Oh,
You don't
okay.
have to- like we're in class.
Hello. I guess this answers
this question and then a combination of like the other one. I'm 8 months into wedding photography, and you know, like when I started, I really just like want to learn more about the industry, and I was asking people about their experiences, and I was talking to someone who was mentioning how like I should curate my feed and my portfolio to the types of people I want to attract, and this person had mentioned that, you know, it's the topic we're talking about, like post the beautiful person, like the thinner bride, all that stuff. But like to me, I feel like every human should be treated equally, and I feel like discriminating is like, that's so mean to the person.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is less about actually discriminating. It's more, this is all marketing based. So
Yeah.
if you're going to post anything on your social media, on your portfolio, you're like, honestly, I feel like I would gravitate to all the images that I personally would like to look at, because this
Yeah.
is also a reflection of my art. So
Yeah.
on Instagram, if you were to post all of the images that you find pleasing, I don't feel like anybody would fault you for that. This is all basically. Does it matter what you post, or do you post? Does your morals get involved with your posting, or is it all art?
I feel like it's a combination. Like, I think I just get so excited to like share a session that I'll have with a couple, like no matter what like color or size they are, and I feel like it should be like a moment of like celebration. I don't know, I guess like for the couple too. Like, it's not necessarily like I have to post them, but I'm just so excited to like share, like they look so beautiful, like they spend so much time doing their hair and makeup, outfits, like what should I wear, like oh my god, like they come like 10 minutes early, you know, all that stuff. So I feel like whenever like I do want to add on to my portfolio, it's just like kind of like a reflection of that. And then there's this one photographer I look up to for like almost everything, like how like I got started and all that. He posts like every like shape, size, whatever, and I really like admire him for that too. And yeah, I guess like to answer,
Okay.
I don't know how to end it. Yeah, but yeah, I admire that a lot. So
Do you think pretty privilege exists when you go and meet your client? Like, oh, this person fits my portfolio.
no, I don't think I've ever thought about that, to be
Okay.
honest.
I haven't.
But again,
either.
I'm like new. I'm like still a newbie, so yeah, no.
I think their energy makes a huge difference too. So like regardless of what they look like, if they come to the shoot and they're celebratory and they're excited and like this is a big thing for them, I feel like that reflects more in the work than like their outward appearance itself.
The
You
emotion.
know? Their
Yeah.
emotional like investment in the moment and how
Like if they're supermodels, but they're frozen.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
not fun.
Or like one time there was a planner who we weren't allowed to actually shoot the proposal for whatever reason. The couple didn't want pictures of it, but the planner still wants the whole vibe and the moment. And so she had 2 models come. She hired them to come do like a proposal with the setup. Yeah, and they never met each other. So like we're trying to do photo and video with a couple who've never met each other,
They're not even
and they're like
actors.
proposing,
Oh my gosh.
and we have to manufacture all of this enthusiasm in them, and like it was really awkward. And yeah, it wasn't the same as like a couple who comes and they're in love and they're like having the best time. And I think it shows on camera for sure.
I have thoughts.
Okay, I'm done.
You know, I wanna say- okay. This is like a half-baked thought, I'm sorry. But you mentioned morality, and I think it is, I mean, every business is different. And as you said, everyone has a right to post whatever they want to post, and aesthetics matter, I guess. But as someone mentioned already, and as we've all heard before, you post what you want to, to receive and what you want to shoot. And I personally, in my business, care way more about celebrating the couples and maybe to the detriment, you could say, of curation. Like, curation is not necessarily my like cup of tea. It's not something I'm good at. But I think that if you aren't going to celebrate your couple publicly, like if you take photos and you kind of don't believe in them, it's sort of unfair to book them. That's how I feel about it.
So, okay.
I think it's unfair. And that being said, I'm like a year and a half behind on posting anything. So I may have couples who are like, "Are she hiding my photos?" It's like I'm just behind. But everyone deserves to be celebrated if they want to be publicly celebrated. There are people who prefer privacy. That's completely valid too. But if someone is excited about your Instagram feed and that's part of why they booked you, and you can do whatever you want with your own social media, your own website and portfolio. But I think that part of the job is celebrating your couple. But of course, every business is different.
Yeah, and I feel like if you are celebrating your couple, naturally that would come out in everything that you do, and they would feel comfortable around you.
They should. They hopefully.
But that doesn't necessarily lead to more business.
It can if it reads that way. And again, this is why it totally depends on the kind of business you're running, I would think. Because if I were a couple looking for a photographer, there's maybe a certain kind of couple who might look for a very curated feed, and that's completely fine. And then especially if that's what they're searching for, which might be a big segment of people, that's true. But then there are people who are looking for the celebration actively, and those might be, at the end of the day, we're all running small businesses. Most of us are only shooting 20 to 30 weddings a year. How many spaces do you have? And it should just be your people.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think that your celebrating your couples reflect through your photos and inspires people to book with you?
Hopefully.
So
I
you
think
don't.
that's the goal. But I don't know if I'm successful or not in my Instagram. It's a thing. But that would be the goal for me rather than extreme curation.
Okay, we should look at your Instagram feed later.
Yeah, it's not good. But no. But that's the goal. The goal is to make people feel like lifted up.
Yeah, and I don't mean to like call you out. I mean like I want to see if your values reflect your actual business.
I hope so.
Yeah. And I got a question. Like this kind of segues this whole thing. If somebody paid you, or if somebody told you that they can guarantee you 10 times the amount of money that you make now if you only curate your entire portfolio with beautiful people, would you do it?
Beautiful people to like Western standards.
What is a beautiful person?
Yeah, that's a book.
Or is like Instagram based and like even like the Instagram and like
Instagram
social media
based.
world.
Yeah, I would say a beautiful
I'd-
person. If you ever look at an AI generated woman or man, so
You
the
really
thing
are
that fits
AI.
closest to that. But you guys,
You're not beating the allegations.
you guys know exactly what I mean because I saw all of your faces. Like if you look at an AI generated image of a woman or a man,
Just
that
objectively
But
attractive.
what is
Yes.
objectively beautiful?
Like,
though?
I think Western
Golden
standards.
ratios.
So like,
it doesn't have
Just
to.
that
picture
trick-
attractive in your head. I feel like we're all kind of like trying to like
Yeah, it really
bounce
doesn't.
around what we mean, but we all know what we mean. Like think about who you think is attractive. Like if your whole feed had to be curated to that, I think is what I'm saying.
I feel like the only thing that would piss me off about that is if I had a wedding I really loved, but whoever was moderating, this one isn't like aesthetic enough, and what I'd probably do is just say yes, I'll make 10 times as much, and then I would make a separate Instagram page.
loophole,
I'm
the
double
loophole.
this, and like this one's gonna be my AI curated beautiful
Your
people
Finsta.
feed, and then this one's gonna be like my crazy wild, like something different.
I'm gonna say no.
So then you guys would not take the 10x amount of cash. Look at you're probably how
It's
much?
also a weird
I got
choice.
this.
Okay, so average.
I'm gonna be honest. We're all
Like
trying
you
to.
said,
If the average is $4,000, you're booking a wedding for $4,000, and you 10x'd one wedding, you're at $40,000. You wouldn't curate your portfolio?
Does someone wanna
Nathan?
make my side of the fence?
yeah,
I've
let's hear
just
what
been
Nathan
thinking-
has to say.
Someone has a
Nathan,
different opinion than me.
Nathan.
I keep saying no, but you should hear it.
Why are you putting me on the spot?
You have to.
It's segued
I
to
want
your
you and Joe to
presentation.
duke it
Does
out.
that segue? I don't think that segues. I just had a thought. I'm gonna pull up Pinterest. I'm gonna just look at wedding photography.
Oh, great.
Just to see what comes up and what is like the most liked photos on Pinterest and why.
Also, if you guys would be down, I would love for us to like maybe in our Poema Studios group chat, like if we could put photographers that inspire us. Like I would love to see like who inspires you guys, because I feel like I have a couple photographers where like I love their work and I message them and be like, you have beautiful work. Literally, that's all I came here to say. But like I would love to see like who inspires you.
Yeah, there you go.
So, if I'm a couple, or if I'm a groom or I'm a bride, whoever, I'm getting married, and this is what I'm exposed to immediately. If I'm not just looking at photography,
Everything's models.
everything
It's all
looks like
style
models.
shoots, yeah.
A lot of them are style shoots.
like,
maybe if they're not,
international.
but like I feel like everything flows very well. Where this could even be the same wedding because there's a lot of similarity between the people even. And there might be AI in here. So it's like, and I've like, this pose is so common now. I see this often. Like, there's certain things that I see in a lot of people's Pinterests.
Oh yeah.
So it's like these are the beautiful people like couples and our clients are looking at. So it's like, would you want your feet to look like this on Instagram? You okay with that? That's cool. But would you feel like, you know, as a person of color, for example, would you not want to work with me if you only see, you know, couples that look like this, for example? You know, I don't know.
I feel like all of the luxury wedding photographers' feeds look like this.
Yeah.
Which is so like
Just click editorial, see
interesting
what comes
because
up.
they're the ones that are the most successful, supposedly, and charging the most money. The 10x thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like a class thing as well on top of everything else.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised.
I don't like this, that my brain would say this, but I think because I have a kid, I would take the money because it's more about supporting my family. But I don't like that I'm saying that out loud. If that makes sense. You're canceling.
Yeah,
That's
you're-
fair. It's just like I'd rather have. No, I mean, maybe I could change if I'm actually doing, because realistically, 40K per wedding. No, that's not gonna happen.
It's theoretical.
Theoretically, but it's just thinking of what the money could do, you know. But I wouldn't want to be like known for that. I guess I don't know. I'm.
So you don't want to be known to be a sellout.
Yeah. No. No.
Can
one
I
does.
say
Go for it.
something?
Go
Okay.
for it.
Okay, so if somebody paid me $40,000 to do their wedding, they really appreciate my work because that is a lot of money to drop on a wedding. So I would say I would totally curate my feed because these people will see my art and be like, wow, that's so expensive, but I want them anyways. I'm going to pay for it.
I have to totally disagree with you. I feel like if a client comes to you and they're like, we want to book you, here's 40 grand. I feel like the
This is the
planner
40K. This is like who you would look at,
I
right?
feel like the planner was like, told the client, this is who you're hiring, you have an unlimited budget, hire Joe. I don't think it's about your art necessarily. I think it's about their budget and the planner making the decisions for them. I feel like if anything, sometimes high budget clients don't really value photographers as much as like it's perceived.
You can't make that blanket statement.
I
I'm
mean,
sure
I feel
people
like-
look at this like this is beautiful, right? Would you consider this
A
beautiful?
lot of it's the details.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. I think like
If somebody rich saw this, right, or that, like, there's no way denying that that is
but
beautiful.
I wouldn't say like having a high budget means that the client values you as a photographer. Like I feel like if anything, it's kind of opposite. Like, and I do have like a luxury photographer I shoot for, and like his clients like do not value him as an artist. He's there to like do a service. They know he's gonna take good photos. The planner trusts him immensely. Like they are like, okay, we're done, see ya. Whereas I feel like more genuine, like less like, you know, vain type of clients aren't always the highest budget clients. And like, not to say rich people can't be genuine, but like there is a reality that comes with being that wealthy. And I just feel like some of the clients that I feel like have valued me the most are like very low budget clients. So I just don't like the assumption that like, if you're getting paid 40K, then your client really values you. So
I completely agree, and I would say the very high budget does tend to be planner driven and trust driven. So you are in the end actually curating for planners at that.
Okay, well
price
then let's
point.
not do 40K because that's not my point.
But wait,
My-
can I say one
Really?
other thing?
This whole thing
You wanna say it?
My point is my.
I really want 40K.
Go for it.
Please, someone give me
Sorry.
40K.
I just have to say one more
put that
thing.
on my wall now.
I feel like Joe, if I can ask the same question you're asking everyone, but in a different way, which is basically like, if a planner contacted you and was like, hey, I love your work, a random planner you never met, I love your work, including DJ. Can you shoot this wedding for me? Here's the location. Here's the budget. I need you to send me a contract for the client. I feel like all of us would be like, yeah, if we're free, we would do it. And then I feel like going to that wedding, being a high-end wedding, we would get a gorgeous portfolio. Naturally, we would put it on our feed. So I feel like it kind of matters, like the way about your feed is curated. Like if you're getting these leads from planners, you're gonna take them versus like seeking it out. Like I'm only working with, you know, these aesthetic AI people versus it coming to you.
Okay,
and a
so-
planner cares.
But
I mean,
hold-
look at his feed. It's
Yeah.
all about the details. A planner's like, are you gonna take messed up photos of the $100,000 that my client spent on
On
their
chairs.
But if the portraits were of like, you know, I mean, Jose Villa has his choice of the world, right? But I think a lot of luxury photographers do show different body types, like some of them do, and that's not. I mean, a planner loves that. I would imagine. I would hope.
Okay, I feel like there's a premise here. The assumption is that planner is booking you guys
Usually.
right now.
I think in the
At
luxury,
that
In the
level,
luxury
ultra
space,
luxury, yeah.
90%, and then
Yeah.
in the luxury space, 95%,
Okay.
the planner's sending them leads.
Because
That's
rich
why,
people don't
yeah.
need direct
and that's
contact.
why on like really high-end photographer websites, there's not a contact form like on ours. There's like, here's my email, that's it, because they're not in communication with the
referral.
client.
Exactly.
So then your claim is that the couple doesn't actually look at the photographer.
They might choose between like 2 or 3 that the planner puts in front of them, or if they really, really care, like say they're a photographer themselves, they might have a, you know, like
Yes.
to choose whoever they want. But that's very rare.
And how do you know this?
It's from luxury photographers I've talked to. It's all referral.
Yeah,
But
and
you know, could be wrong.
yeah, and my luxury photographer that I shoot for sometimes, he literally had a one-on-one session with me where I went to his house, like he showed me like his process and literally told me like 95% of my inquiries are from planners. Sometimes I don't even meet the couple till that day, and they are paying him between 15 and 30K.
Same thing. One that I work with pretty often said it's pretty much entirely just planners he knows at this point. And he said, you know, back when he was younger, he would kind of make friends with the couples, and he does not opposed to that. But it's just now that he's got a family, and it's just not a priority
Okay.
anymore.
But the flip side of that, I just want to add, is that he also told me he shoots for the planner. So he doesn't shoot for his couple. So if his planner is heavy details and he knows she likes, you know, lots of detail photos, lots of natural light photos, he will shoot for that planner in that way. He doesn't care as much about the couple. And I think that's something that's so different when you're more at our levels, like we're so invested in our couples. So it almost begs the question of like, do we want to get there to that? Yeah, we're making so much money, but like, where's the connection in it?
I mean, you have your family, you have your friends, you can still.
Joe's like, I'm in it for the money.
Joe's like, give me 40K.
Well, no, my point is, it's not the 40K that's my point. It's more like, if you could have a better return, would you take? Would you take the opportunity?
I would just say, I personally, I would counter with, I slightly disagree with the premise, simply because of the planner thing. I think a planner really, you should probably curate, like I'm attempting badly to curate my Instagram, but it's about details.
Okay, so you curate
It's
it.
about details. It's about trying to show details, but body types are getting higher.
Okay.
But again, poorly and very like sporadically. Posting like once a month usually.
I think my.
Please sit down.
Yeah, they could sit down.
We want to sit.
Yeah, sit down. Please sit down.
Sit down. Oh, look, we have people changing sides.
Oh, no.
Just,
Suddenly you want 40K.
it's okay. No one's actually watching. It's just us. Okay, let's move on to the next claim. I feel like my big thing was I don't feel like a portfolio is that neutral. And also, we personally don't book. I mean, part of it comes from planners, but not. I feel like most people contact us through Instagram.
right now it's 50-50, I think.
Okay, I don't know anything about my business.
Because I talk to everybody.
Planners.
You're just AI. You just.
Yeah.
Do you want to do the next question, or do you want to go
Wait,
right
I also
into
want
it?
to say one last thing, and this is off because I'm not nowhere near the mic and stuff. Just literally as an example, I just posted a couple who were like, maybe like, I want to say like my size, like maybe like mid-size, like wonderful human beings. and not models, not sticks. I posted them on my literally story because I haven't had time to post them on my feed yet. But 2 inquiries from that because it's the venue, and because I hopefully captured something fun.
Yeah. I'm not claiming that if you post beautiful people, you're going to get more money. I'm just saying, does that actually matter? Does it matter?
I don't know, because all he has is beautiful people. So
But
there's
it's-
reality, and then there's like what we want and what we want the world to be, and
Oh my
how we
God,
want
it's that
our industry to be,
TikTok
and
girl.
our values. But then when I look at
Wait,
this,
go up a little bit?
what you're saying is
Oh
kind
my
of
God, yes.
this. I don't know. I don't know.
I
think
agree
it's-
with you.
Jose is a bad example though, because he literally has the pick of he just fills his calendar with whoever he wants.
He's gotten popular recently,
Yeah.
but he does a lot of style shoots,
Oh.
from what I know. But he's
see,
like
they're
really
trying
big.
to sell style shoot. That's
Right.
a different thing too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know how much.
That's
So
totally
Just different
so
examples.
Let me continue this because this one I feel like is perfect for this right here. Most wedding creatives don't have a social media strategy. They just copy whatever other creatives are posting.
so true.
Yeah.
Do you agree? Disagree?
Everybody's comfortable with whoever did it first.
So you are on the agree side.
Oh yeah.
This is
Yeah.
so chic.
I even cut me down.
Like who would you copy? Who comes to mind? And why?
Just
whatever's
on the
trending.
feed, whatever's
Whatever
coming
trending.
up.
All
Like you go under,
all your feeds, all
you
your
go to Reels, you see what's working, what's hitting, and that's kind of like the name of the game.
We live in the influencer era. We're all copying each other's clothes. We're all copying each other's sunglasses.
Yeah.
Like, why would we not copy each other's social media?
Okay, so then if you copied
That's not a
that
good-
guy that you just put up on the Instagram, do you think you'd make more money? If your feed looked exactly like his feed, do you think you'd make more money?
No, because it's not you.
Because it's only the feed. We're not really copying his business.
Yeah, his
tactics.
business strategies.
I'm talking about postings. So the way that your Instagram is perceived,
Yeah.
do you think you'd make more money?
I think I'm saying that they're like apples and oranges. Like your feed and business strategy are just two different things.
So you don't believe that your feed can be a marketing tool?
It can, but I just think, like, I get what you're saying. So then, no, I guess I'm disagreeing.
Your feed is like your window shopping. It's like they're like, wow, look at all this great window shopping. Now I'm gonna go to your website and go into the
Wow,
shop.
that feed
That's
is
not
so
you.
beautiful.
This is a good feed.
Curated.
I want to say I actually. So I think Pamela, I booked you for a wedding. I forget if you probably lead though or second or.
This is a good feed.
But I
No,
booked
it's not.
from no.
Honestly,
I
before
booked you
looked
be
at the URL. I'm like, what luxury
Is
is
this
Yeah.
Jose Villa?
right. No, I
That's not good.
I know my subconscious mind booked
No,
you because
I
of
hate
your
my
feed
feed.
too though.
Don't show
No, because I'm showing you because
I love them. I do like my couples a lot. I love them.
I actually, your feed actually influenced me booking you for that because I was like, I like your work, I like your style. There's a lot of variety, even like just aesthetically, it looks good. But I know like a wedding that you shoot with me or for me is gonna look a lot different than any of these because it's a different location, different couples, and all that. But I liked it, and it was like, cool, I'm gonna book you because you look. I see that you know what you're doing,
Thanks.
basically.
It's super, like, in my mind, there's so much imperfection there. I want to move things around.
I know you can now.
You can.
I don't like how, like, colors are sitting next to other colors.
You can move it.
I
Yeah.
know, I've tried doing it. The top ones are, it's making me uncomfortable. But I love the
I don't know why
couples, so I'm very
this
excited.
one sold me. I don't know why
Oh,
this one
thank you.
specifically,
That was a cute
and it wasn't
idea.
even the logo. Like,
Okay,
okay,
I like
cover.
it. Wait, and if you-
dress is flowing
Yeah,
in the water.
I want to add, as your insecurities aside about how your portfolio is perceived, you still made more money because somebody saw it and paid you for it.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
And same with Brianne, not you, Brianne. Just kidding. When I booked you guys for other weddings too, a lot of it I was like, I wouldn't book you if it wasn't for your feed, for your portfolio, for what I've seen. I didn't even see your full gallery yet. I saw your feed, so I was like, that's what kind of got me to inquire in the first place to hire you,
That's valid.
kind of. So it's like, this is kind of how it works.
Can I just do a really quick, and you can say no, Pamela. Can I just do a really quick, like, why I think this feed is great? Because I feel like it's one thing to be like, it's great, but I want to, like, as a photographer, when I look at this, I just want to really quick.
Oh, sure.
So I think that it's cool, like you said, details. So you have like details, you show you're capable of doing drone. A lot of clients love that. And then flat lay, classic, and then I feel like you have a good mix of like different focal length.
We're doing feet out.
So you have like really wide.
We're doing
Why don't you just
portfolio.
scroll down?
Well, let's do it. I'm okay with just turning this into that at this point.
I feel like another drone shot, like I feel like you have candid moments, but then you also have, you're showing how you know how to use light.
films.
Even though this is like, you know, standard wedding day shot, you're facing the light, but it's still very
There's
like
not a much.
dramatic. And then you have really tight shots, super tight shots. So it just shows like right next to a ultra wide, like that shows
Thank you,
dynamic.
Grace. I can.
Obviously this is posed, but it still looks candid. And then, okay, these are my last two. This is like obviously natural light, which looks amazing. Here's candid, a candid real moment.
That's
and
what
then
that was on film,
this
by
is
the
like
way.
posed, but it's like
I was really
so
proud of
good.
that.
So anyways, that's all. I just feel like there's a lot of reasons of what makes it, and sometimes when we're looking at our own feed, it's easy to just be like, should I change that one? But like, it all really flows together.
the feed. Oh, I
Let's go all the way down. I'm just kidding.
I
like your feed.
Yeah.
I like your feed. I feel like you probably charge more than us.
Probably not.
We can check that later.
Yeah, we'll compare.
You don't have to look at
1,000.
ours. No.
And there's more reels here, different styles,
I
different
love
approach.
those lovely people
Right?
there.
Okay.
I love.
I won't scroll too deep. Sorry.
So,
I have too much control right here. Sorry
I
about
usually
that.
do prompts.
yeah, I feel like we're being outed.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Did it work out for
I
you?
really like your reels. I like your reels a lot.
I was trying really hard when the girls were in school, and now I haven't posted anything in like 3 weeks. But I want Joe to do a posing reel with me too. It's just getting him in front of it, so you guys have to.
Can I just like be completely frank with you guys? I don't actually. I'm not really that present in the whole wedding business thing. I'm like,
You're working on systems in the
Yeah.
background, like all the AI systems. And editing
yeah,
systems.
AI stuff. Well, I work for a commercial real estate place, and it's all AI. That's all AI work. Anyways,
The
let's.
posing isn't AI work. She did that.
Well, and none of the editing is either.
How
I
long did that
tried-
take to film?
What?
Like that, like if you idea to
The
like
posing?
posting like that, like just this concept
Well,
of this
if probably like 4 hours
for like to just create the video.
for Vine,
Okay.
because that's where the bridal shop was.
Can you play it?
Okay.
I
could've
haven't
done
seen it.
different. It's okay. We don't have to.
It's so cute. It's so cute. It's really helpful too.
I'm
Yeah, 'cause it adds
glad.
movement.
And I think if I were a bride, I would be like obsessed with these videos because they're
Yeah.
always trying to think about how to like.
Well,
be
that was
See-
kind of like my idea for it. I just feel like it didn't reach as much as I wanted it to, but
It's great.
I felt like I tried really hard, and then
Sometimes reels start hitting like a month after you posted them. Sometimes
Yeah,
they
it
hit
takes a while.
randomly.
Also, the
like,
people who follow you probably aren't seeing your stuff.
yeah.
Just how it is.
Yeah.
Okay, let's.
That's a good
sure about
segue.
going viral.
Let's move on to the last. We'll move on to the last claim, and I don't feel like it's that controversial. Maybe. You would rather spend $1,000 on gear than $1,000 on ads.
That's agree. And that's
This is
disagree.
agree and this is disagree.
What is rather like a smart decision, or it's just what you do? Because sometimes it's not a choice. Because I think it's smarter to do ads, but I always spend it on gear. Because
Exactly. So you
So
agree?
you would be on that side.
Yeah.
accidentally, not. I don't
Not
think
intentional.
it's not a smart idea. You should.
I feel like so he came up with that question last night when we were trying to think up of like stuff to do for this. And after he said it, I thought about it and I was like, 1,000. Well, I'm not really a gear person anyway, so maybe it makes it easier for me. But he buys all the gear. But I thought about it and I was like, $1,000 on ads. Like, how far could that reach? Because like if we book 2 weddings from that pays itself off really fast. And then I could buy whatever gear I want from that wedding, from those 2 weddings alone.
That's the
You
long
know?
term thinking.
But I mean, we're gonna talk about marketing and ads and see if that's even like if that would even do anything.
Be
But-
more like Nathan.
Yeah, by the time Nathan's done, we're all gonna be on that site.
Okay, so then why is it easier for you to spend money on gear rather than ads if you could trade your $1 for $5?
Shopping. No.
Because we know here, we don't
Yeah,
know
we don't
ads.
care. Yeah.
I
And
don't know anything about it.
And we're influenced, and I don't know. I see someone using a fun lens, and I want it.
It's like the immediacy of it all. It's like you can immediately buy the gear, use it, and be like, this is making it work better. Versus ads, it's kind of like in this, to me, in my it's like this ethereal space of like, I guess this will work. Cross my fingers. You know?
Yeah, I feel like it's more tangible, so it's easier to just imagine and use immediately, right? And then ads, sometimes some people call it like gambling because you don't really know what's going to happen. But it's like there's a lot of factors that go into it.
Well, there's also like a level with ads where I feel like it's putting yourself out there too, like on another level beyond. Yeah, it's more exposure, and like your friends are gonna see that you ran an ad, like your photographer friends. Like I see that, like I get excited when I see my photographer friends running an ad. I'm like, oh, it's like Miranda or whoever, and I like it or whatever. But I imagine myself, and I get nervous about that. So just buy a lens and call it a day.
Emotional shopping.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess the real question is, this is all about marketing. Would you run an ad if you knew how?
If I knew how,
Yeah? So you would spend your $1,000 on an ad rather than a new lens?
yeah. If I knew exactly like what to do, that would get me a promising, a hot lead, yes.
Yes? So you're still on this side though?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm lazy to go over there, but yes.
Okay, so you're on this side, but you're right here.
In regard to that question,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay,
I'm over there in spirit, but in reality, this is honesty.
got it.
Wait, so maybe just for the sake of, so raise your hand if you would now probably spend more on ads at this point. If you knew how to.
100% knew how to do it.
100%.
Yes.
What if it was like 97%?
I
Like
forgot.
maybe.
I
You're
have
fine.
like a OFD. I highly recommend. You're talking about features. Highly recommend OFD Collective. If anyone like.
You and me are in that together.
Yes.
What is that?
OFD Collective. They help you with features and stuff. It's like an annual. I'll tell you about it. I love them, but I do spend on that. So actually, it's a significant spend.
Yeah, maybe I'm over there because that's pretty expensive. That's why I don't run ads, because I pay them about $3,500 a year.
I would consider that like in the
It's advertising.
paying
And
for
there's tiers. You can
marketing.
do lower tiers. I don't do the speaker like that because I obviously.
Okay. Well,
Speakers not so speaky.
thank you for participating in our icebreaker. It was, I
You
feel
did a
like,
really good job, love.
really?
You're controversial enough to like make it interesting.
I think if you say $40,000 enough online, someone will give it to you.
Okay.
So you should work it
Yeah.
in.
That's the hope.
Yeah, but I'm trying to pivot to AI though. So,
Becoming.
yeah, I'm putting all of my money in NVIDIA and TSM. Nobody relates? Okay, never mind.
The chip company.
On it, it's not gonna be
Okay.
money.
That's
Well,
why
let's-
all the drives are really expensive. You know.
And SanDisk would have been a smart investment.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you invested into semiconductors, you would just be rolling in the dough right now.
I, at the beginning of, or like maybe like 2020 or 2021, I invested some money in, this is really political, but into, I can't think of the word now, but it's like a Lord of the Rings reference, which is why I was like, ooh, what is the, it's the evil, like
Oh.
the, no, similar, it's the, Palantir, into Palantir, because of the word Palantir, and I was like, oh, amazing, Lord of the Rings reference. I found out who they were, and I was like, yeah, I dipped, but I would have had a lot of money in evil money. I just.
All money's great.
Back to our original prompt.
I showed Nicole is back here and she's like, all the people with kids would take the $40,000.
Yeah, I would take it if I was single, honestly.
If you were single too.
It's $40,000. I
What
could,
could you do with it?
I would put that straight into NVIDIA.
And it all comes back. It all
Exactly.
It's still
comes
40,000
You get 80.
whether you're single or not.
What?
Because you were like, I would take it if I was single, and then they were like, why? And you were like, it's 40K, and then I was just saying it's 40K whether you're single or you have a private store.
Well, it's 20K.
Okay, yes, but still 40K
That's
for
not true.
people.
He uses it all.
39 1K.
Okay, so let's get back on topic.
With the saver and the spender.
So we actually ran a meta ad. Actually, Nathan
go
ran
with
the
this.
ad.
I did.
So can you tell us about the ad that we ran?
So I'm gonna say that it didn't work. Now I'm gonna put that out there. We ran an ad. I know how to run ads. I know what to do with them. But this ad, I think we ran it for a week at $10 per day. And we had results that are, verifiable metrics on Facebook. And I'll zoom in so you can kind of see what I did. But we didn't get any new registrants. There's no new faces. There's no new people here. So this was a specific goal to have people go to an event, which is a lot different than us getting bookings and us getting weddings or mini sessions or whatever you want to run an ad for. So we could dive into like how it worked, what we did. I don't know how you want to go about it, but we basically spent $75 over a week, and we had, 313 people visited this page here, which you all used to register. 313 people, but no one registered. So that cost $60 right there. 220 interactions, which is, the ad showed up as an ad on Instagram, for example. People liked it. People maybe watched it all the way through. That's considered an interaction. Yeah.
Does it count as an interaction if like the ad plays and then they go back and watch it again?
I think so. So I'd have to go through here and kind of go through the breakdown of like what the plan. But yeah, no, I think it does. Good question. I'll have to find out. But yeah, so this one didn't work. But I know there are ways, and there's ways we can make it better. And that's kind of part of the thing is like, if you, I always put the disclaimer, results may vary. It's like you go through the freeway, you see a billboard. You're probably not going to work with an accident lawyer until you need it, for example. You see a lot of billboards for that. Or you see billboards that aren't relevant to you. So the point is, with this, you can really hone in and target people who are going to be relevant to you. But it takes time and the initial investment to, keep going with it.
Can I ask you a question, Nathan?
Yeah.
Before we get too deep?
Yeah.
You ran an ad campaign for this archive.
Mm-hmm.
Can we see the actual ad?
Yeah. So
Because
let's go into edit mode.
And how much of this ad that people see do you think could be the reason why it didn't convert?
Mm-hmm. So let me go into, so overall, just so we all know, there's layers to an ad. Actually, anyone here, have you guys run ads before? Yeah, okay, so you guys already know, you have a basic understanding of like, did you do it through Meta advertising, like Ads Manager, or did you do like a boost?
No, I think I did like a boost like
Okay,
Instagram.
because if you're on, yeah, you did, okay, so you did a boost. So there's a boost, which is like the easy mode ad, could work. And then there's like actual using Ads Manager, which is like more of a complex way to do things, which I would still recommend. It's more of a learning curve. So there's a campaign, there's an ad set, and then there's an ad. So it's like a upside down kind of pyramid. So you can have a lot of different ads. So let's just say you're boosting one post. That's just one post that's going out there. But imagine you're using the same amount of money to advertise like multiple posts at the same time. That's kind of the idea of why you would want to do this, because you get to do more testing, you get to see what works and maybe what doesn't work. You could turn off ads if they're not effective. So you could, if your goal is, for us it's an event, but for in general wedding photography it's a little bit different. So I'll go into this one right now real quick and then I'll go forward. So campaign, I choose a campaign budget. For us it was $10 per day. I did an ad set, which helps me identify my audience. So then I get to choose one audience. I can create another ad set for another audience if I want to, and then target more people. But for us, I chose more, location-based, so 25 miles around here. So this is kind of like the radius of who I'm targeting. Maybe you probably don't want to drive too far. Like my corner, I know we have people from Yucaipa, so I did Redlands, radius around there. We have people more so, along the coast, but maybe not so much deep into LA for now. So that was the radius. Estimated audience size right here, total is 431,000 to 507,000. And then you kind of go forward, and then I just chose, you choose the age, do all genders, and then detail targeting. Maybe this is where I went wrong because maybe I was too specific for an initial campaign. So there's a lot of maybes, but there's a lot of testing involved. So professional photographers, self-employed photographer, people who Meta, which is Facebook and Instagram, identifies as a photographer. So whether you have a business page or your creator page on Instagram or on Facebook, you put, you have a profile and you put, I'm a photographer, basically. It understands who is who. So I chose a lot of variations of a photographer, videographer, wedding photographer, owner, wedding planner, just to kind of reach it out a little bit more. And then, yeah. And then
Can you see it?
Yeah.
We'll get to that. Yeah, I think he's going through
So these are, so just so you know, like this is how you can kind of go into detail of like targeting, and I can go into more detail about this later. But these are different detailed targeting, different graphics, behaviors. You can choose different work, job titles. So that's what I did. And then must also match, because I just wanted to focus on weddings and maybe not a landscape photographer. Maybe they won't find as much value here. Let's just do interest in weddings. So we did that. So that's the ad set, that's your choosing your demographic. And then I chose dynamic creative, which basically I had about, I think, 6, you can add ad set because the ad set is ended. Okay, we're gonna go to edit. 1 second, let's go back. Oh, okay. Existing, let me just do this because it's not, if you have any questions for me in the meantime as I do this, Joe, feel free.
I think Brianne brought something up that was interesting to me. The actual ad on the platform, whichever you posted on, had people that interacted with it that didn't seem like they fit in the target.
So
how do you explain that?
So you started getting likes from people that you felt
Yeah.
like, okay. What, how did they not fit the target? Like, what did you notice?
I went to their profiles and noticed that, for one, none of them are wedding photographers.
Okay.
The ones that I was looking at. Some of them were just like random people. So maybe they had I was looking at what you had on the specifications of like who you were targeting. Maybe they had an interest in photography. There were a few people who seemed like, you know, maybe they've taken pictures before. But it very much was not professionals. And that was only on one of them that popped up. It was like the real of like the algorithm can't separate us if we come together one.
Okay.
That was the one that was popping up, which I thought was really interesting. And I don't know.
Okay. So there is another thing. So that's why I like the idea of ads and I would recommend ads, but there is a learning phase to it because we're starting from scratch with our page. We're trying to enable, we're trying to teach Meta who we want to target. Like, what's our ideal client? If you imagine whether it's, you know, a certain age group or a certain, you know, someone with certain interests or people that are interested in a certain venue, it's like it needs about a week even, but we ran it for a week. And we needs a week to get out of that learning phase to really understand who we're trying to target. So the more an ad continues, then the more it's going to target the people that we actually wanted to target in the first place. So the first few days, I think where I messed up too is I was like, okay, crap, this first traffic campaign isn't working as well as I wanted it to. So I'm going to just create a second campaign within a couple days, and then that's, did you get those likes very recently, or was it like?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm still getting them today.
Okay, so that was the second that's the engagement campaign to get interactions, but that I just ran it for a day and a half because that's $17. So it was very fresh, it was very new, it wasn't probably, it didn't have enough time to understand who we're targeting. So this is like a good of like what not to do, because I couldn't commit to one. I just split it up, and we didn't invest enough, and we don't really have the budget to invest too much at the start, at least. So it just basically an ad campaign needs time to bake a little bit longer.
Yeah, and I will say that we were also putting it together. This was an idea that we came up with, I think like a week and a half ago. So we were like, oh, what if we run an ad and then see what happens and then bring it up at archive. So it was kind of like we put it together pretty quickly, and then we had to send it.
Has anybody seen the ad?
Yeah.
No.
So we are targeting you guys. You haven't seen it. So I feel like that's an issue.
Can you show what it is? Maybe I thought it was yours.
Yeah. So it's I did different things. I have here.
It's a static post?
So with you could do something called dynamic creative. So what I did was the easy way of doing it, where there's different photos, there's different videos that I put into one ad. So Facebook will advertise. So I use Nicole and I use Joey. I was like, these are different images. They may be a little scroll stopping vibes. I did stuff to kind of show the vibes of like the amount of people, the group, you know, the seminar, whatever. Facebook is going to promote what it feels is going to.
You did see it?
Yeah.
I saw the one with Jess.
Oh.
So there's that, yeah. So you may scroll through it quick. So it's going to go through all these, and it's going to promote to you what it thinks you're going to interact with a little bit more. So this is, so by me just plugging in, here's 3 videos, here's 3 photos, it's going to send this out as it seems fit, and on different platforms. Under you're on your desktop on Facebook, you're under your, whether you're on Instagram, and it's kind of showing a lot of Facebook right now. But I'm just going to scroll down, and that's it. It creates different versions of your ads for you. So I also advertise, because you've posted 3 reels, which are very general, to just show the vibes at the past few events. So I was like, okay, those work. I don't have to do any other editing into it. So maybe that's also the thing. I didn't put in the work into actually editing or making the titles of the videos more specific. Because what I realized when I did research after the fact is that ads need a clear offer. So if we're just really short and summary, if I'm running an ad and I want to get more weddings, I want to get a more wedding, like what's a venue one of us wants to shoot at? I don't know if you have any venue specifically that we want to do a dream wedding at. It comes to mind. Las Lomas. And what city is that in? Santa Margarita. I know nothing about that area, but I can, so I could target that area. I can target, certain things about that general venue or people's interested in that. But then I would say it what was I saying? Well, go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't want to.
Yeah, go ahead.
When you said target, let's say Silverado, because I've been
Yeah.
there many times.
Yeah.
But if I were to target that area, out of like the hundreds of weddings that I've done there, 99.9% of those clients don't even live in that area. So
Right.
how would that work?
So let me see.
Maybe people check in there.
Is that what it is? Maybe.
I think so. You can target people where they check in. But Nathan, can I also just say, and tell me if anyone thinks otherwise. I would love to get all of your feedback. But like on the actual ad itself, it said, "Come learn Instagram and Facebook ad." I wonder if we change the caption to be like, "Wedding vendors, come meet, other creatives, get connected with community," or something like that. I wonder if it would have had more engagement. Because I feel like if I didn't know you guys and I just saw like want to learn about ads,
Right.
I'd be like, not really.
So a little bit, yeah, I agree. So there's different things when you create your ad, you can create up to 5 different captions for it. So I did, this one is more about coming to learn about this. They all kind of have the same thing. This one's more about connection, our monthly meetup, and just everyone kind of hanging out. Another one about what we're learning, come hang out with us, a little bit more casual. So there's different versions of that, and then you can create different versions of your copy just to kind of have different things kind of going. So a lot of it is, again, with this dynamic creative that you select, you can create different versions of what you think will hit. But what I was trying to say, you need a good offer. So maybe our offer wasn't good enough. People
Or
don't
just
care
the
as
wrong
much.
offer.
Or it's the wrong offer. Maybe
So-
people don't want to immediately pay $20 to people that they haven't met, or we haven't.
No,
been
I
a more
think people
established-
interested in marketing are going to click.
Right.
But maybe it was just too narrow to wedding photographers, videographers who don't really care about ads. Like how do you guys actually care about ads?
Yes and
So
no.
show of hands.
Yeah.
Who is interested in actually using an ad, and who's just coming to archive because it's archive?
I'm very interested in learning.
So 3 people? Is that fair?
Coming because it's an archive. I'm not seeing you guys.
Okay, so maybe that's the thing that we should have led with.
Right.
Is this is just a community for photographers and videographers, and then it just so happens that marketing is the topic.
That would have been like a great,
Community.
Yeah.
like more community as a wedding.
Can you go back to this video?
Because that's what you were looking for,
5
right?
seconds.
Yeah.
Since you
Right.
were
Yeah.
on the street.
Yeah.
Maybe
And-
first time comers get in for free to turn off people. They're
Right.
like, $20.
Or we could do like.
No, because then you want to add value to it. If it's free, then I'll cancel last minute.
Yeah, if it's free, they'll cancel
Yeah.
last
Yeah,
minute.
that's the thing. That's why it's not free too.
It's not so much about the money; it's the value behind it.
Yeah.
Right.
I think.
And
Oh,
go no,
just
go
to
yeah.
add, I think also like showing the faces of random people are great who have come, but like I want to see you guys' faces.
Yeah.
Because you're
I
right.
came because of Nathan, and then obviously I met you wonderful people. I love you guys now, so we're on that.
Yeah, no, I totally want to be more involved with meeting everybody, and I feel like that's the goal. But right now, it's so early stage that I'm doing a lot of the tech and running around and getting the AI working. So it's hard for me to be over there and then over here at the same time. So I'm like switching the cameras right now on my phone.
I see that. That's
And
awesome, dude.
so just so we know too, like I use the text. This is what I thought would work. I use the text to really be specific about what's going on today and why you should come. But then the videos are more general, where they are more about archive and just the vibes. Like, so this one was the one you made. So what happens when you get wedding creatives to step out of their daily grind and into community? So this was more of a general thing. It's not about ads whatsoever, but this is just showing the vibes. So it's like why you should come. So this is again a general ad. So it's like that one was done, and then I think Nicole, you made one, and then Brianna made another one too. So tired of service level networking events. So that was another general video that I thought would hit a little bit more. So Facebook, so we all know too, if you're running an ad, videos generally they perform a little bit better than static posts. But go ahead.
Not to interrupt your presentation,
Yeah,
but
it's okay.
since you are obviously an ad guru, can you just, and maybe you're getting into this later, but can you tell us like how ads have performed in your business, like as a wedding photographer booking consistently? Like do you run ads every month? Like has it booked you weddings?
So here's the thing that you probably don't want to hear of is that I actually don't run ads, I just know how to run them. So I know this can be good. So totally honestly, I just know how to run them. My background,
$20 for a fraud.
No, I told him this. I literally told him this.
I'm just kidding.
My background.
Take off those meta glasses.
These are prescription. No, so my background, it just so we know, in 2015 I worked for a real estate marketing company until 2024 when I quit, and that's what we did for realtors and people in the stuff like that. So it's like I've done these, I've done them for realtors. We did videos and photos and all that. So that's kind of where I've kind of learned all of this. It's extremely difficult to do with realtors because they have various there's more restrictions and laws against discriminatory practices, I guess, and how you can't target certain people. But you have more flexibility when you're any other business, like if you're a shop, if you're selling clothes, or if you're a photographer.
So long story short, you know what you're doing.
So I know what I'm doing. I'm very aware of different things of what to do, but this is what we're getting into.
Yeah, let me just add here. We are not gurus. I certainly am not a guru with any of this.
Right.
But we are sort of just learning together. This is the community, and we are learning from somebody who knows more than us.
Yeah, well said.
So we're starting together. So, sorry if that was
Yeah,
misrepresented.
and I mean, like, this ad failed. We spent dollars and didn't convert at all.
I can also add to it too, is that like we did it under Poema Studios, which didn't have a Facebook page, so it was created just before we ran the ad. So it didn't really have
like brand
any
loyalty.
backings to it. So I would be curious, and this was something that I brought up to Joe last night, and he was like, you should bring this up. I would be curious to see what happens if we did it under Poema Weddings versus Poema Studios, because our network is already very different on Poema Studios. I mean, weddings, and it's much more wedding vendor heavy. Yeah, so.
And I don't even know if that matters because it's going to shop the ad out to the people, the demographic that you choose on the ad.
But they can go back to the website that we have in the Facebook page to see what it looks like, right?
You can, yeah. For
Credibility it has.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, it could work, it couldn't. I think where all of us are currently when we're going to be running ads, like we're going to be running it off our current Instagrams for the most part, or it's like our main thing. But you do need to have a Facebook business page connected to your Instagram, so it needs to exist, even if you don't actively use it. So just kind of like a little note on that. Even if, again, like I don't use my Facebook whatsoever, but I just cross-post it. Things are posted that way.
Okay, so let's move on.
Yeah.
I think the consensus is this is a collab, or it's just a group of photographers and videographers getting to know each other, and that should be the market that we should try to reach.
Yeah.
Correct. So then let's walk through the entire ad from start to finish and create one for that.
Okay.
And then they can kind of see the whole process.
And where are we starting? So we're on Meta's website. Or it's Facebook.
How did you get
Ads
here?
Manager?
Okay.
How did we
So
get here?
I'm gonna go.
Click into this, I get a panic attack.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know.
This to me is completely foreign.
Right.
I'm
I'm so scared of meta business.
Here, let me.
Almost like we all brought our laptops and like.
We're following along.
Okay.
Dolly.
I know. R.I.P. We have a. I go on tangent. Sorry, Joe. R.I.P. Okay, so this is your Facebook page. I'm gonna go to here now. I'm an admin of Poema Studios.
Because
So-
I
because
had to
he made-
add him.
You had to add me
to
it.
that.
But you're already going to be here because you have a Facebook page. So under here, you can go to Meta Business Suite. You could also just search up Meta Business Suite, and you can just go to that under Google.
I have a question. Can this be recorded?
This
This
is
is live.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how well the camera can see this though.
I mean, like screen recorded. In case one of us wants to
Can
go
we-
back.
you can
and-
screen record this.
Like, what I'm saying is, can you just screen record on the Mac and then you can upload that file?
Let me remember how to screen record on a
It's better
Mac.
than it used to look.
Shift,
I will say.
Control
doing
5.
the-
It's stressful.
Oh, that works.
I tried once.
I'm old. I don't know. I'm just gonna go like that. I think I have enough storage.
And I was like, okay, but
Okay.
that's not me. You guys do whatever you need.
All right, we are recording right here. Okay. So, so we're on Facebook. We're under our Facebook business page. These are people you follow, or it's an ad, or things you may like, because this is Poema Studios. So I'm gonna go to Meta Business Suite. So this turns into business.facebook.com. So that's the URL you can go to. So this is a realtor page that I help manage a couple of different things. Poema Studios. I'm gonna just gonna select. You're just gonna see yours basically. Okay. So Poema Studios. This is your back end of your Facebook. So this gives you a lot of things. Ads Manager is what we're trying to go to, but just so you can kind of see, you could plan posts, you could kind of go here on your desktop. You want to do all this, you want to do all of this from your desktop, but you can actually like plan. I want to post on this date or a month out if you really want to get into that. But what I want to do is you can also see, like, I can see all your messages now if you have any messages on Facebook. So, and then insights, this is your reporting, like the data behind it. Okay, so ads manager, account overview, doesn't matter as much. If you want to create a campaign, this is where we go to campaign. When you're starting out, you kind of need to do some setup. So it's going to give you different prompts and say, like, add your credit card information, verify your business, make sure you're legit, and you just select yes and things like that. Billing, not billing and payments. We're going to go to ads manager, campaigns. Cool. So now it took us to Ads Manager, so which is adsmanager.facebook.com. So that's also probably a URL you could just directly go to. So it's going to look like this or something like this. You just may not have anything here yet. If you had boosted posts in the past, which I think this is something you might have boosted in the past because it automatically creates it and puts it here. It says Instagram post, Black Friday sale. I don't know when you did this.
I did that a long time ago, and then I could never do another one because it shut me out and said that I was a fraud. So
Oh, no.
Okay.
I could never make an ad again. And so I'm glad
From
you
the
guys got it.
Instagram page?
Yeah.
Yeah, from the Instagram page.
And just so we can see, actually, maybe we can just look at this real quick. You spent 200. Was this helpful at all for you? The Black
Was
Friday.
what?
Was it effective? Because it looks like you spent $200.
What is this? What is the Instagram post?
Black Friday sale on all music. Something. It was
Might have
this one.
been- Oh, that was a long time.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
But this was 2023.
It's not wedding related at all.
Yeah. So, but basically, impressions. It appeared on either Facebook or Instagram or some version of both. 26,000 times. You spent $200. It reached 14,800 people. So it showed multiple times to, those 14,000 people. That's kind of what that reads.
What is it?
So impression is like, I'm on Instagram right here. That's my page. Let me go here. The second post you see, this is an impression. That's an impression because I saw it. I scrolled past it. It reached me as well, so it's going to count me one time, but it can count, if I see this ad again, it's going to count my impression twice,
And
basically.
profile views is if the reader went to your page.
Yeah, so like link clicks, things like that, that's going to be more, that's going to be another metric, basically. So impressions, that's why impressions are always more, because it showed to people multiple times. That's why, I see the same ads for some store often. Okay, so that was your Black Friday post. If I'm going to create an ad from scratch, big green button, press create. Cool. Now there's different things you see here. Awareness, traffic, engagement, leads. We'll just start with those. We're not promoting an app. Sales, I feel like that's more so if you're selling a certain actual tangible product. So what's our goal? Let's just create, so should we do this ad right now or should we do someone else's goal? Because it's going to be different things, either an
No.
event or...
This is Poema Archive,
Poema
so
Archive.
we'll be the test bed
Okay.
because we're not even sure if it works ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So
Wait, sorry to interrupt. Wait, are you saying, can we see an ad creation for if we wanted to book a wedding client? Or Joe, are you saying you want to do an ad creation sample of bringing more people here?
do an ad for Poema Archive for the group.
Would you rather see a wedding?
Yeah, would you guys all rather see what it looks like
Is the process different?
It's the only difference is like the creative and the offer. So I mean, I would, just for the sake of everyone else, I would say let's do it for a wedding, but the same concept can apply to to our event afterward. So I can copy it and then make some edits after that.
Then do you want to start on somebody else's account? Because this is Poema Studios.
Right.
We're not gonna launch it, Joe.
Yeah, we're not actually gonna launch it. This is just a sample.
No, I
Oh,
want
wait,
to
hold on.
launch it. So I want to launch it for next month.
Okay.
Is my point, because I want to also prove that it works.
I also have Nicole's on here.
You want to
So-
run an ad, Nicole?
Why not? For the greater good.
Let's
'Cause
do
we
it
talked
for
about
our
this
wedding
before.
Love, so that way, and then we can do our own
Because this,
later on.
yeah, this shows.
I
people
just
what
want
you can-
like from start to finish. So
Yeah.
if you want to run something else, that's fine with me too.
Okay.
Yeah.
In a lot of the presentations, I haven't done a lot, but in a few presentations that I've done for other people, it's like you can get up to the point before you press publish, basically, and then you can decide to do it after. So, okay, I'm on Nicole's. You've already invited me to manage it for you in the past. I haven't done anything for it yet, but okay. So if our goal is to get more weddings in general, we're gonna go general and then kind of hone in after that. Number one, before we even get here, what does your website look like? You kind of want to figure that out, because if your goal is to generate leads and not just get likes or video views, that's what engagement is. So if you just want to look like you have more likes on a post, just do engagement. So you can start getting more likes to come in, but they may not be from your exact audience. So that's kind of the caveat right there. So if you just want to post to look like it's performing well, I would do an engagement campaign. But if our goal strictly is just literally get qualified leads or qualified people, then I would do leads. So, but you need to have a good landing page. So that's kind of the thing which I feel like maybe could have not, maybe is a reason why this ad didn't do as well, because maybe this wasn't a good landing page. It's leading to an outside website that we don't manage. It's not something that's, it's not your site, basically. It's luma.com. So it's like Eventbrite, it's just like something else. So
There's no pictures of people.
there's no pictures of people. Maybe it's boring. It's not enticing. I don't know. It didn't give me enough to work with, and I have to read all of this to really know what's going on versus looking at a photo.
Can you change that on this website?
I don't. Brienne has used a little bit more.
You can change the little thumbnail, but I don't think you can add extra pictures where they can like flip through it. So I could probably change the thumbnail for next time.
It's like,
see what happens.
yeah. So that could be maybe the thumbnail. I would look, because a huge part of this is like before you even get to the ad itself is like, what are you offering? What service are you trying to promote? What's your creative? So of course we all have great pretty images for weddings, so we can use those. But it's getting people to want to click on them is a huge thing. So that's our offer. So for our event, an image would have been better. If we can somehow have a registration page on your website, like if it's poemastudios.com or something, and have like a button to click and you could register within that site without having to leave it, that's probably even better because you have more customization and control over that. If I'm advertising Nicole, I wouldn't advertise the front page because there's so much here. It's a great website, and I know we went through this. It's a really cool website, and it tells me a lot about you, but this is not a specific thing.
Sorry,
like this.
Is that your new headshot?
Yeah,
That
that's from the other day.
last month.
Shout out to Maria for taking that photo, but that was really cool with your lights and all that too, the spotlight. No, I love how that turned out. That was really cool.
That's so much fun though.
So like I basically
It's okay, you rest.
like I wouldn't advertise your website as it is currently. I would have to create another landing page another landing page that's hidden, but it's more focused. So it would be specifically a page that you create that's about the ad itself. So it's
Could it be like services?
it could be services, but I would rather be more specific, and it could just be your wedding page. If this was an actual page by itself, all the research that I look at is like you don't want to give people a reason to click out or click and get lost on your website, basically. So you want to take away the navigation bar.
Contact the best page?
Contact, but it would be a contact page, but there's not enough. I want to learn, like you have to like build credibility. It has like a pyramid. You want to build credibility, show some cool photos, have some great reviews, social proof, maybe reviews up top, and then go into like the offer. So part of the offer when you're conceptualizing it before you even get to creating the ad campaign is like, what are we offering? If you book now booking, well, something that I see often is I'm looking for 5 brides to fill out my report. 5 brides get a free engagement session if you book before this date. So it's like you have to create a sense of urgency for the offer itself. I'm kind of getting tired of seeing this ad campaign, but that's kind of what I've seen that been effective for people.
Sorry, like I always see wedding guides.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like a thing? Like a buy-in thing?
Download like
Here's a free wedding guide.
right.
Here's a free top thing.
That's
and
yeah.
Yeah.
You could have had like a newsletter or something to follow up with for that. Yeah.
That is a ways that's so giving something tangible to like read and analyze. I don't know how effective it is to actually turn into a lead because it's positioning you as an authority because it's giving you an actual guide or a reference, and they could download it, they could save it, but they'll just kind of have it. They may forget about it on their phone. It's not like it's more of like a slow burn in order to get that client, but it's a potential way to do it, I guess.
Well, no, I think that'll build trust
It
in
does
the
build
client's
trust, yeah.
eyes. So, and that's what you want is them to trust you, so then they book you.
So, and that leads me, so let's just say you have an unlimited budget. What I would do is like start with different tiers of the ad. So like awareness, reach as many possible people as humanly possible, and you could put it in here. You can to reach more people. I don't want to clip you around too much, so I'll just kind of stick to here actually. So you could start there, reach more people, but then you could end up retargeting, creating a separate campaign to target the people who've actually interacted with you. So you're starting with like cold leads and you're getting warmer and warmer and warmer so that you can really analyze who your audience is. But if you just want to start with leads, you can do that, but just know that it may take a little while for it to start baking and for it to kind of warm up and get to know your people. So leads, you have a good landing page already. Maybe it's a version of your contact page without the navigation bar at the top. And it's just, I'm working on, this isn't a good example, but this is kind of closer to what I would do, and I need to fix my website and reduce the copy and kind of do all these things on it. So it's like, and again, this is just a quick sample. So this is at the venue that I work at often. I would condense this a lot, but I have a kind of a featured image. I have my reviews scrolling, and it just kind of shows some social proof. It shows what the offer is right here, and then I would maybe have a little bit more to something to personalize a little bit more. Go ahead.
What's that widget for your Google reviews?
It's called Trust Index. So this is free, and I would recommend it, and I use it for my So I have my email signature also has something like this too.
Side question, by the way, like side note for anyone, if you have advice for me, Google reviews like flagged my account because I moved apartments. So if anyone has any advice on getting your reviews back, I'm down to 2 now.
Because
So
you didn't win.
they like took down my profile and then they were like, oh, your profile's back, but they took away all my reviews
Oh,
Why?
yeah.
What?
because I moved
Oh.
like apartments, and they were like deceptive practices because different address was on a different website. Because
There should be some sort of appeal.
there is, but it's
Oh.
been like 2 months.
It's a bigger company, but they have like low support, so it's kind of hard to do that. Same
Google.
I know it's.
I know.
But try to appeal it. Keep trying to appeal it for sure.
Yeah.
I've seen stuff happen where like there's a duplicate page and like they had to merge it together, and it was kind of a complicated thing. But eventually, it did happen. So I was just trying to keep appealing
You've
it.
seen that happen? Changing?
I've not that address, but like it was like
the
another
duplicate-
situation.
Well, because I think that happened to me because they took mine down, and then some people actually just left reviews. Like new clients were like, "Oh, LinkedIn, we review," and I think it made
Yeah.
a duplicate account.
I had a client that kind of this guy. He had 2 pages. He didn't know what he was doing. He just kind of created one with one other email and then another one. But then he was like, the other one was populating on Google a little bit more. But then eventually, over time, he changed his address actually too, which worked out. And his thing came back.
All the time.
Yeah. So
Well, I wanted to buy that building.
Yeah.
It's so pretty. I may message you about how you got merged because I've been.
it wasn't actually me. It was someone else that I worked with at the company that I worked for. So they were more into this client specifically. I just know of it, but it's just appealing it. But
Derailed. Sorry.
yeah, sorry. No, you're good. So, but then
Do some research and I'll see.
yeah.
I would really, yeah.
The other derail was Trust Index, email signature. This is free. You can add in your reviews. It refreshes, and you can just say, I got this many reviews, and you could change it to like Google instead of Trust Index. But this,
Also, Nathan,
Yep.
just a heads up for time.
Yep.
If there's any way to wrap it
Yep.
potentially within 10 minutes or less, that would
Yep.
be good.
so landing page, make sure it's effective. and effective just means keeping it condensed. I would reduce this a lot. Personalize what sets you apart. Look at other people and what they're doing, of course. Click on as many ads as you possibly can, I would say, for people that
So
are doing
I'm going to
it.
stop you right here.
Go for it.
Less about what they need to do to get their ad ready, but more about the process of
Okay.
deploying the ad.
Alrighty, so you're under here, business or ads manager. So your campaign, set your budget. $10 a day is a good start for at least 7 days, but again, you need probably a little bit more time. So set aside some money if you want to try that. You can ignore most of this. There's no special ad category. You're not in finance, employment, housing, or social issues, elections, or politics, so you're fine right there. If you were, you'd be very restricted into who you could target. Now, I'm going to select her Instagram. That's also showing up here. Click yes to agreeing to sign her life away on the terms and conditions. Sorry. We're scrolling down. Dynamic creative. If you want to just throw images at it and have Facebook kind of do most of the work, that's kind of what it's saying. You can add in a lot of, or I can upload a lot of different photos, and it's going to dynamically choose creative for you, basically. So I can go into that after, but actually I'm going to turn it off for now.
The videos probably work better than.
Yeah, so if you have Reels, you can upload the files here if you want to, like under your ads manager. So I can show that.
So for someone who's never run an ad, do you recommend turning on dynamic creative?
I think so, because it does give you like it's a good place to start, basically. But just for the sake of this, I'm going to show you kind of another way to do it. But I would select yes. But I'll go back and change it. You choose your schedule, start date, make sure to select the end date, otherwise it's going to keep going forever and then you're going to keep getting charged. Audience, this is a huge thing. So we don't want to target the entire United States. So I've seen people where I see like random ads in other states that don't apply to me. People get stuck here, they don't do it right. So you're going to include your location. So I'm just going to Silverado because we talked about that.
And it can get as specific as the venue here or no?
So you can choose, so that's the thing too, is like it's going to choose people in that area.
If you type in Rancho Las Lomas, does that pop up?
No, because it's not going to. Rancho Las Lomas, Mexico. So these are actual cities, basically, yeah. So it starts with a 25-mile radius, which is a good broad radius, and you can see the estimated audience size, 6 million, 7 million people. So just, again, for the sake of this, I'll start there, and I can go back and refine a little bit more just for the sake of time. Audience, we're going to go here, and then you get to identify what's the average age of the couples that you work with, and do you want to just target those ages? 23 to 38, average is what I've heard. Kind of, we can do that, not to be discriminatory whatsoever, but just the people that usually book me, for example. I don't know. We just did a recent wedding where the couple is a little bit older too, like they're in their 50s, and that's good. But for the sake, if we want to be more specific, maybe as to who we're targeting, so we'll just.
So this is going on through Facebook, Instagram, or both?
Both. So Meta, this is Meta, which owns Facebook and Instagram, so this is automatically going to be both.
So just so I know strategically,
Yeah.
will 60+ year olds probably be on Instagram? Is that something to think about too? Is like depending on where your target age range is, maybe differentiate it based on like the platform.
Yeah,
Like,
you
like
can.
TikTok maybe be a little bit younger too.
Because you can, if you want to go into really specifics, you can actually target like I don't want these specific ads to show up on Facebook. I want them to just be on Instagram, and then maybe I can target a younger demographic if I wanted to. I'm just starting broad with these, but you can be hyper specific with things too. If I only wanted to target, because everyone that I talk to, grooms aren't involved in my wedding planning process, I can just target women, for example. But then that shuts out a lot of people as well. I wouldn't want to do that, for example, like for different types of clients or, however you want to do that. Detail targeting. This is where you can be very broad, and then just kind of notice this number and how it's going to change. So we're not targeting anything wedding related, but once I add in weddings, it's going to cut that way down, but those are more likely to interact with us, right? You can also add in, this is kind of interesting and kind of creepy, so demographics, education, financial, life events. Life events, you can say new relationship. I've been newly engaged for within a year. That's maybe your audience that you want to connect to, right? If I take off weddings, then it's only newly engaged people, 6,000 people, or around 6,000 people right there. So that's something you can do, but then you're adding on more people newly engaged within 6 months, right? So You can add in more demographics and things like that. So it's like searching through here and seeing what applies to your main client.
What's behaviors?
Behaviors is how you, so new active businesses, if you created a business, for example,
Behaviors is higher up.
this is under,
drop down.
yeah, this is
Those
the
are
drop
all
down.
behaviors.
So anniversary within this many days, behaviors, there's another behavior, but it doesn't.
Can you do like someone who's looked at Rancho La Lomas's website recently?
So because we don't own their website, we don't have their
Access to
traffic, but we just have to identify like who that person really is.
But you can do if they've checked in, like you know how when you go somewhere on Facebook, you
Like if they were touring it.
yeah, and if they checked in to Rancho Los Lomas, you can target.
Right.
I
So it's like,
check in when I tour.
Yeah.
The AI can do everything.
yeah, I'm sure if you ask Chad, he can give the answers like immediately. But it's like, I go to Temecula, I start seeing Temecula ads because I'm in the area basically. So it's like I'm gonna go to Silverado, I'm gonna tour the venue. Maybe I'm even like considering the venue, I haven't toured it yet. So I'm gonna try to determine what's a good way to identify those people, because like I'm just looking at.
I guess it would
Yeah.
be weird if like somehow you, without owning the website, were able to access data on
Right.
someone else reaching that website. That would have bad
Like-
implications.
Like I can, so it's like I said, it's easier for certain other industries too. So like interest, I'm looking at men's clothing, so I can select men's clothing, and that's another demographic that's very specific, and it's going to help me sell my clothing line, whatever, if I have one. So we would just have to kind of go through here, not newlywed, engaged. That's more people basically, but I'm going to take off newly engaged, and then just see how that affects. So this is also like how Facebook and Instagram analyze your behavior and who you're interacting with on gender as like a social media user. So basically, I would say, let's try that, live events, and we're gonna go into newly engaged within a year. And then other stuff here, we're interested in weddings. You could also choose define further, so it has to be these and something else too. But again, limited time, but this is kind of what you would want to do, and just kind of go through and browse what you're able to target here. And then now we get into the ad itself. You can go to create ad to create something custom and make different variations of the ad, have up to like 5 different captions, things like that, be very specific, or just go to use existing post, and you could just promote or kind of like boost a post how you would, but you can boost multiple posts. So now I'm going to pull up Nicole's Instagram. It cannot do a carousel, so it's telling me what I can use. So you can do a carousel, but the way I set it up immediately right now. So I'm gonna do this one because it comes up here. But you know, this is if you want to promote this specific post. But if you want to be more specific with it, you can also change the text, so you can kind of like add in a variation to the caption. So you have more editing options right here. So again, this versus going on your phone, going to boost, you're just boosting one post as it is, versus having more customization and more ability here. If you want to advertise more bookings at your studio, for example, you can be very specific with your offer, say limited time, get a sale on, you know, this price usually. This slots, it leads to session or whatever you use for your page, and that could be, you know, you can actually see how many like time slots are available. You know, that's a way I've seen people do things as well. Have different captions related to that, just to see what works. Yeah. So change post. See, I can select other posts here. Let me see. And again, I'm just like going through this as fast as I can for you. You could create multiple ads. So under one ad set, same budget, I'm just going to quickly duplicate. So then I can choose another post, or I can create a whole different ad itself. So we're going up to
Duplicate, but using another video.
duplicate. Yeah. So like if I like the settings in this one, because it's still under the same budget and everything. So your $10 per day is going to all of these, and it's being, at first it's being spread apart between all of them, but then once it determines like, oh, this ad is more effective, you have better copy, better creative, it's going to just push all the money into that one basically. So versus the dynamic creative that I mentioned earlier, you can just select like 6, for example, like 3 videos, 3 photos if you wanted to, and then it's going to disperse it as it sees fit. That's what I did for us. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should have done it this way, so that I can actually track the metrics between what is working better than the others. If you're doing dynamic creative, you can't. So let's just say I'm going to create an ad instead. So that's the alternative here. I can choose carousel, I can upload multiple images, or I can do a single ad or video. Again, all under the same budget. But let's see here. It's gonna load. And then I go to create ad, show more options, hold on. Basically, you would have the ability to set up your creative here. So then I'm gonna upload an image or video, so just like download your favorite images you think is gonna hit, download your videos, and then they're gonna be uploaded to your data, your thing here. So these are some of the ones under Nicole's account, for example. It's flagging them because it's saying, oh, it's not the right aspect ratio, and it's gonna crop it for you, basically. Yeah, so those are different things you could do. And let's see, Instagram, yep. Basically, does that make sense? Kind of, I know it's a lot. You have a lot of customization you can do, and that is the caveat. Ads are tricky. There is a learning curve. You just need to spend at least an hour to dive into this page, adsmanager.facebook.com, see what you can do, and if you want to spend $70 to start, see how it works. Leads are a little bit harder. They may be a little bit more expensive because you're really trying to get a specific type of person, to like a qualified buyer. If you want to just start broad and do an awareness campaign or an engagement campaign, you can do that just to get more likes and just to see how it functions and to get used to it. But leads would be your best bet to actually get a better return on your investment. You know, if it hits, you get one wedding, great, pays for it.
And then Nathan, the last step, is it preview to publish?
Yes, there's going to be other things here. Like I said, like it's going to flag you if it's not ready yet, so you kind of have to go through the steps of just analyzing and seeing what works. Preview to publish, it's going to preview it. It's going to kind of go through everything that we did here, and then it's going to publish it. It's going to take some time. Facebook or Meta is going to approve it, and then it'll be running. And then you could always come back here or review what's happening behind the scenes, and then it's going to give you like some metrics. You click here. You can go to the date range maximum just to see overall like how well it's working, and it's going to give you the results. And you get to change the breakdown like based on demographics, age, gender, however you want to do, like who it's targeting, who's it working better for, basically. So there's a lot of things you can see versus just posting something and just posting to people that already know you. So this is posting to more people and expanding your reach a lot more.
I can see this being really good, like if you're going on like a trip and you're like, I just really want to like book one couple while I'm on that trip, and you just target people who are like interested in the location you're going to.
Target Spain. There you go.
I was just thinking about that.
Exactly. Target Spain within this date range. Have it running before you even get there and saying, this is discounted whatever for on this date only, and just have mini sessions and just see how it works. That's your business expense.
From here, Nathan, is it okay if we jump into any Q&A?
Yeah. Yeah. I know we did Q&A kind of questions throughout, but again, these are ideas. This is what you can do. I would highly recommend going into it and looking into it specifically, especially for a studio. Like I think you could do well with the studio because you have more of a solid offer, and it's easier to just say like you have these dates available if you want to do that.
I'm gonna. So you guys want to do a Q&A?
If there are any questions, I know we're asking throughout. I did have one question. I know we can include, but can we exclude certain demographics?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because
So
I want to exclude photographers.
But the shoot would be
yes.
I always get the photographers' ads, and I'm like, maybe just try.
Yeah. Then I'll never book with you though for a family session though. That's the problem. But if you're okay with that, yeah. Okay, cool. Let's do. You can go to audience and you could exclude certain people, basically. So.
Any
Yeah.
other ad questions for Nathan?
No, that was really helpful.
And again, I wish I had more like tangible results, but I'm glad we could have that experiment with our ad, and then we can refine it more as we make future event ads to just really see what works. I think is like the main goal. So, yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you guys for tuning in, coming to Archive. I'm just ending the show. So.
Thank you.
$40,000.
Yeah, $40,000.
Okay.
Number this.
Moral of the story: Joe is AI.
Pay us.
All right.